not going to tell you who I am this morning because it's so unimportant. The only thing I'm going to do before we start this conversation is have a little conversation with all of my peers. Do not go getting up in the face of your children after you hear how incredible my guest on Conversations is today, because I want you to sit and think, what were you doing at 14 years old? What were you doing at 15 years old? What were you doing at 16 years old? And it is from that cranky Monday morning stance, I will tell you, I'm going to be introducing you to Isabella Hanson, affectionately known as Bella, who at 14 years old, let me repeat that, at 14 years old, was inspired to create a poetry contest that is now sponsored by Gucci that would allow the voices of equality to come through. She's the founder of I Matter contest. And yes, it does. It is now in 42 states and 30 countries. I don't know what you've been doing so far today, but that's what she's doing. She's also, in case you want to like say, oh, so she's, focusing all of her time on just that one thing. Hold on to your bloomers. This is what comes next. Her school activities, she's on the track team. She is part of the Model UN team and the Humanitarian Club. She serves as an advisor for the Lady Gaga Born This Way Foundation. And it's only Monday. So please let us welcome Isabella, affectionately known as Bella Hanson. I could not be happier to start my day with you. And although I started that you were 14, tell everyone how old you are today.
Well, hi, I'm 16 years old, and I just wanted to say thank you for such a wonderful introduction. It means
Thank you. Well, everyone will see why I was this effervescent. So Bella, tell everyone, how old are you today?
16 years old.
16 years old. And you take it from here. Let's start with I Matter, which I think is a fabulous name.
Thank you.
What was that inspiration? Take us there.
Yeah, so in 2020, I was a freshman in high school, and I had 2 weeks off of school just for COVID, like quarantine. And during that time, I spent a lot of time on social media, and I saw footage of the killing of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, and just seeing that footage and hearing and seeing people talking about it really just stuck with me. And I didn't really know how to express what I was feeling. And I did a poetry, I was doing a poetry kind of section in language arts, and I saw how these amazing poets use poetry just to have a voice out there and just to write down everything that they're like, all the emotions that they're experiencing. So I took to poetry, and I also hosted a Juneteenth event that year. And and after that, I was like, I want to take my work further. And that's how I created I Matter, the poetry and art contest on why Black Lives Matter.
Super. And how do people find out now? How do young people find out about I Matter?
So young people usually, when I first created it, I shared it with a lot of different adults and programs that I knew and on social media. But also I tried to promote it on like Instagram and Twitter, because I know a lot of young people are on there.
Right.
But it got rejected because of just controversial content, because the flyer mentioned Black Lives Matter. So yeah.
Okay.
To get around that, I gathered a group of volunteers, and we spent hours just searching on social media, or not social media, like the internet, just different programs and libraries that we thought would be interested in hearing about the contest, and also just getting it uploaded on online platforms helped a lot.
Right. So what I'm hearing, there is a good purpose to social media. And when it puts up walls, boots on the ground, getting your friends, asking for help, coming together, it's not as though you do all of this alone.
No, definitely not. Social media can definitely be just not positive at sometimes, but I really
Right.
like seeing it as a
Sometimes.
sometimes, but I really
Yeah.
like seeing it as just an uplifting platform. And I'm really grateful to have a great community of friends and just mentors that are always there to help me with things like that.
Yeah. And you mentioned the controversy about around Black Lives Matter, and I have followed it. I know that it had to do with funding and origins and things of that nature. But at this second, I'm not aware what is the status of that? Do you know?
I just know that around that time, there was a lot of protesting and just negative energy surrounding that.
Okay,
So
got it.
yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't really tried to promote it on social media in a while, but I'm just aware of just the negative things that go on that influence that.
great. And so can you give us the feel? People know about the contest, they then apply. What happens? Do they come together? Is it all done on the internet? What happens?
Yeah, so on the National Youth Foundation's website, under programs and I Matter, there's a Google form where students can submit. And after like the contest closed, which it did July 23rd, but the 2023 form is now open.
Great.
So yeah,
Good information.
yeah,
And I'll make sure there's links to everything.
yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah,
So yeah, usually I'm planning to go through all of the entries and then delegate it to my judges and a
yes.
team of students that I'm gathering to help me with that. And once I've selected like the top 10, I have to choose the top winners in each, or I guess the top 20. Then I have to choose the top winners in each category. And then I reach out to everyone and it goes from there. And I did an event last year to honor the winner in their hometown. So I'm hoping to do that again this year.
Perfect. Now, a few years have gone by. You had the inspiration. Tell me, are you feeling more hopeful, less hopeful with everything that you're seeing from the eyes of a 14-year-old that's evolved into a 16-year-old?
I'm,
More
I'm,
hopeful, less hopeful?
I'm feeling hopeful that my contest is working, but I definitely want to keep it going just to keep giving students this place to voice themselves and speak out.
And what about the overarching, the fact that you were home and you started researching and something came, because I had another guest, Tansy, who, it is amazing when something horrific happens and people are inspired to do good work because of it. That is something I have followed in my work across the board, not just in social issues. And the work that's been done so far across the board on the issue of social justice through your 16-year-old eyes now. We getting better? We're worse than we were? What's your feel?
I mean, I feel like we're getting better, but then also we go down. Like after seeing what happened to Jalen and just all the Black lives that keep getting taken by the police and just other people, I've I feel like we go forward and then we go back, and it's just a back and forth cycle.
Yeah, I say that I see glimmers, like every time anything happens and new voices and new people. And, for me personally, for my country, seeing young people like yourself. I follow the young man out of the Parkland shooting incident who has really taken on gun violence as, his cause on Twitter. And for me, that's where the hope lies, not that it's been long enough to even crack the surface of things. But I'll tell you the other thing, having Gucci, a company like Gucci, having corporations see how important it is to see whole populations versus just their customers
Hmm. Yeah.
is, yeah, so there's a lot of other things you're doing. Of all the things you do, in addition to I Matter? What's the most fun?
Mm. I think I'd have to say the most fun thing I'm doing are the workshops. I was recently in the Bahamas and I went to the local Haynes Library and I did a poetry and art workshop with the kids there. And I really enjoyed just being able to connect with them and see how their processes are. And I just really like I've done like three in Philadelphia,
Right.
and it's just so nice to be able to go to different cities and countries and meet new people.
Great. And that's one of the questions. So for everyone, you should know that Bella and I actually met in Paris. And of course, she was working on her computer because she had a Gaga Foundation advisory board meeting, and her mom and my friend Karen, and we were all just having a ball while she was very diligently on vacation working. But travel, you have the benefit of extensive travel. What does that add to the equality makeup for you? Like, how does that inform you?
Well, I'm very grateful that I've been able to travel, and
Mhm.
I see just visiting different centers and doing that. It's kind of like giving back.
Right.
And yeah, when I was in London too, before we came to Paris, I did a workshop at the in Wembley, and yeah, I'm just like really grateful that I've been able to just reach out to different community centers and different organizations and be able to work with them. And yeah, I'm just I know, yeah, when I was on vacation, I had a Born This Way Foundation meeting and then Zooms and everything. So
And just tell me, I have been to a Gaga show. I know she honors the foundation at the end of the show. Tell us what the work of that foundation is.
So the foundation is like committed to helping youth just like just like accept themselves with mental health.
Mental
And they
health.
do a lot
Yeah.
on mental health wellness with youth. And
Okay. Great. Yet again, another critical issue within and I don't think we kind of really can separate any of these issues. I want to ask you about the, there's two areas. One, family support. I had the benefit of meeting your mom, and as we joked before we started this, if I had your mother, I'd be afraid not to be like really involved and creating things. But tell us, from your perspective, all jokes aside, what's the importance of family around what you're trying to do?
I feel like my family it's really important to have a great like community of adults. And luckily I was able to like have foster that, I guess, in my own house. And just having them be there for me because transportation, like organization, making sure I do everything, I'm like not forgetting to do things, just helping me out with things like that is really helpful. And I've just been lucky enough to have that in
Yeah,
my own house.
that's fabulous.
Yeah. And my
Eh,
mom is like, oh, sorry.
no, go ahead,
But
please.
my mom is like, we're really close now because of this, and I'm really glad that I matter and just everything that we've been doing together has
Yeah,
been.
she gives the Energizer Bunny she gives competition. I mean, really quite a wonderful mom to have for sure. And I might say she's an MIT graduate. There's no slough in your DNA for sure. I know that I've been watching you on social media, and I see that you're starting to scout out colleges. What's your thinking on colleges?
Oh, yeah, recently I was at the Howard School of Business summer program. And yeah, I'm interested in applying everywhere, like Howard, Penn, USC, Dartmouth,
Right,
NYU, a
right.
great variety.
Good. So you're not feeling obligated in any way to definitely go to a traditionally Black, historical Black college. You're really keeping your options open?
Well, I mean, I am really interested in Howard and I
Right.
really would love to go there, but yeah, I'm going
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really interested
Super.
in that.
So before we wrap up, I just want to have you think a little bit. When we meet again 3 years from now, since I already know what you've done in the last 3 years, I don't have to go very far, 36 months. Paint me a vision of what your life looks like.
Well, I'm hoping to keep inspiring youth, and I know that a lot of women don't really lead Fortune 500 just like companies, and I'm hoping that I can get into that field and change that. But yeah, probably in 3 years I'll be graduate or probably still in college, but doing an internship somewhere like where business is
Yep.
the focus.
Beautiful. Well, Bella, thank you so much. You clearly have a very busy schedule, so I do not want to take you any longer. Just thank you. And I know from experience of seeing young people like yourself, my future is better off because of you. And I thank you.
Thank you so much, and just for giving me the opportunity to speak on your channel and everything.
Thank you. And for everyone, know that I will have links about Bella's work. I will have links about where she has been, because of course she was featured on Nickelodeon Kids. She's been in Forbes, on Medium. There has been so much. And the more we get the information out of what is possible and how young can inspire us and change our future is exactly where we need to go. So thank you, and have a beautiful start to this incredible life that you're creating. And say hi to your mom for me.
I did.
All right. You take care.